Okay, so I'm back in Wellington. It's Saturday morning. I'm shattered actually. We drove back from Palmerston North last night. Night before we were in New Plymouth, so we stayed the night in New Plymouth and then came back to Wellington after Palmerston North last night. Great crowd, Carp and Palmy. Tonight we hit Wellington, so I'm going to go and get a coffee right now because that's what I need. Stunning day here in Wellington. One of my favourite places for coffee, People's in Newtown. There it is, 1 cup of goodness, all gone. Thanks People's Coffee. So I don't have to be down to the theatre till about 5 o'clock tonight, so okay, I'm just going to chill today and do some practice, maybe do some riding, spend some time with the family of course, you know. Been away on the road a few days, so nice to see my daughter of course, and my wife. And then just going to do some practice and get some stuff done, so looking forward to a cruisy Saturday. Just sat down to do some practice and I thought I'd show you this. There's this Ibanez guitar, this AR420. Now, I haven't used this guitar in about a month. I've been using the other guitars mostly because of the sort of gigs I've been doing. They've either been jazz gigs or kind of funkier gigs where I kind of needed a brighter kind of that Talman guitar does the job. So haven't used this for about a month other than I sat in the studio here and just did this today, plugged it in. And so the pots have gone scratchy, which happens, you know, guitars are meant to be played, they're not meant to be sit there. Maybe it's got dust in it, so I'm going to have to take it to my tech to get it sorted. So that's what happens if you don't play guitars. So just had an email from my student Ruben asking about a certain warm-up I do, so I thought I'd show you real quickly what I'm doing just to warm up. So I'd usually do this. Hope you can see the guitar okay. I do that for a while until the fingers are sort of going and everything's going. Then I'll do variations on that. And I'm looking for when the two hands are in sync. There's no flamming between the two, you know, you don't get any of those kinds of notes. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And then I'll usually do some kind of rhythm guitar to get this hand going. So sort of. And I find a funk guitar the best stuff for that because it's sort of getting all that motion happening with the right hand. And then usually what I'll do is just improvise for a little bit with some music that I'm likely to play that day. So if it's a jazz gig that day, then I'll play some jazz stuff. If it's more a pop thing, then I'll do that, or rock or blues or whatever. So tonight we're going to be playing some jazz tunes. So I'll probably warm up by playing some blues, you know, like jazz blues. Kind of something along those sort of lines like that, and just sort of trying to get the warming up the brain as much as anything, you know. I mean, it's improvisation, so we're trying to, this is just as important as these, you know, so I'm trying to get this happening, get everything, you know, sort of happening. So that's kind of what I'm working on now because the girls are out, so thought, why not, work on this kind of stuff. Just thinking about something. I heard someone the other day, you know, talking about chops and about, you know, that whole thing. And why is it always those musicians who have no chops are the first to criticize others who do? You know what I mean? Like, you know, those who basically can't really do it themselves are the first to say, oh, that person's soulless, or that person's, you know, whatever. Since, you know, is it jealousy maybe? Is it maybe they have different values in music and so they think their values are better than the next person's or whatever? What is that about? I don't get it. Decided to take Mia down to the beach.